So here on the channel, we talk tech and we talk security. Both are very important to me. I'm a huge tech geek, huge passion for tech, but I'm also a security guy. I've been catching crooks for a long time. Today, we're talking about a topic that kind of covers both of those areas. We're talking about smart locks, a very important part of the smart home for security and also for convenience. If you've watched any of our smart apartment tours, you know here in the smart apartment, we've had the August Wi-Fi Lock for a couple years. And the fact that I've had it a couple years means a lot because we are always cycling through things here, and that just tells you how much I like it. But I did think it was time for a change. So today we're talking about the level lock, which is the invisible smart lock. What does that mean? It's a smart lock where you don't have to replace your door hardware, which is pretty cool. So we installed it a couple weeks ago, and we've been testing it out. And I was going to do an installation video, but it was so easy to install that it wasn't even worth our time. So today's going to be more about a review, and we're going to kind of compare it to the August Wi-Fi Lock and what I like and dislike about either one, and do I like the level lock better? So let's get started. What up, everyone? It's George Langenbeer with Silverhammer Surveillance. Here on the channel, we talk tech and we talk security. And again, today we're talking about something that's both. We're talking about the level lock. But before we get into that, I just want to say a few things. You know, in 2008, I started Silverhammer, and I kind of fought and clawed my way up into the business world. And then a year ago, we started the YouTube channel, and it's been a blast. Seeing the growth in the last year has been a beautiful thing. I've had so much fun. One of my favorite things I've done professionally, and I'm just grateful to everybody that's watching. But I also want to say a big thank you to the tech community at YouTube. You know, you've just all been so supportive. I've been talking to people that I've been watching for years, interacting with them now. It's so cool. And it's almost like a family. You know, you think everybody would be so competitive and fighting for views and trying to beat out this person. It's not that way at all. It's a family. And it's so cool to be a part of. And then I got involved in the HomeKit community, which is even kind of more tight-knit. And so with that being said, got a little shout out to make today. I'm wearing a shirt, Mr. Shane Watley. Now, I am not a person that kisses anybody's ass. In fact, if you knew me, you know I just tell it like it is. But I am big on appreciation, and somebody that helps me along the way, I'm going to say thank you, and that's what I'm going to do today. You've got this live stream. You know, you've mentioned me a few times on there. I've seen the spikes in views when you do, which is beautiful. I'm just watching because I like your content. But man, you don't have to do that, and you did, and I want to say thank you. I mean, you've been so supportive. But again, everybody in the community has been supportive, and it's so cool to talk to all of you, but Mr. Watley in particular, you really helped me out. And I want to say thank you. It's been great to be part of your channel and your membership, and I'm going to pimp your merchandise. Great shirt. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the level lock. Okay, so I just mentioned the HomeKit community. But today we're talking about HomeKit. What is HomeKit? It's Apple's smart home platform where you can control all your smart home devices on your iPhone, your iPad, your Apple TV, your HomePod, and your Mac. And so the level lock, one of the reasons I like it is because it's a HomeKit lock. The August Wi-Fi lock also was, but level is another option. So we decided to try it, and I gotta say I like it. One of the things I like is the lack of hardware. So what sucks about this video is the lack of hardware because I can't really show it to you. But so, I mean, I guess you can see it right there. It's got this cool little bolt, but that's about all you can see for the purpose of this video. The outside is the same. The inside is the same. So it's great for an apartment like this. We're renters. You don't have to worry about your landlord. You don't have to worry about your maintenance person. They're going to see exactly what they are used to seeing in the rest of the building. So that's great. And, you know, it just operates like it normally would, which is important because in the smart home, it's great to have manual controls because if you lose your internet, you can't just completely rely on those smarts. But anyway, so the lock looks great and it's been functioning great compared to the August Wi-Fi lock. You know, the August Wi-Fi lock didn't have any hardware on the outside, but it had the big round lock on the inside. So this is much more minimalist, which I'm a big minimalist, so I like that. And then as far as actual function, I think Teresa would agree with me. I find that it generally works better than the August Wi-Fi lock. We had a problem here, and you know, we can kind of show you in a second, but when you walk out to the elevator, I think, you know, the Bluetooth location and all that functions to unlock a door was kind of confused because we just popped out of the elevator and here we are. It's not like a normal home where you're parking your car and you're walking up to the house. We've kind of got a unique situation here. So the August Wi-Fi lock, I find, had a little problem with that, and sometimes I didn't know we were coming home. I found that this has been pretty much spot on 100%, where the August was probably about 80%. And Teresa, I know you'd agree with me, you were frustrated with the August.
Yes, I didn't think the August liked me.
Yeah, she didn't. She thought the August hated her. So the level's been much better in that regard. But so basically, one of the features is the auto unlock. So that means you're walking up to it, it'll unlock automatically. They will lock automatically when you leave, which is great for security. Big security guy right here. So if you forget to lock your door, it'll lock it for you. So those features work exactly the same. It's just that I find that when you're coming home, the level lock seems to work better. And I haven't had a single issue with it in the couple weeks we've had it. So, so as far as functionality goes, they're very similar, but I would give the nod to the level lock. And I definitely give the appearance to the level lock. So let's talk about the app. I'm going to pull out my phone here. Compared to the August, really the only difference is the August had more of a log of who's coming and going. Everything else is very similar. You've got all your settings here. You can calibrate the lock. You can set up the auto unlock feature, the auto lock feature. You can invite different people. So that's another bonus of a smart lock, is you can give people temporary passes. So if you've got a family member in town, or even if you really know a delivery driver, you can kind of give them temporary passes and then revoke them whenever you want to. So that works very similarly as to the August. So very similar in that the level app interface just looks a little more simplistic, kind of a more modern flair in my opinion, which is fun. The August was a little more detailed, and like I said, I did like the August log, knowing of who's coming and going, a little more detailed. And then as far as HomeKit goes, they're both basically the same thing. When you put a smart lock in HomeKit, they basically all kind of look the same. So you can set up your notifications through HomeKit. You can set up different automations. So, when you walk in here, we can have the light come on, different automations like that. Same thing with the August. So that's all very similar. So it works great with HomeKit. But the biggest thing for me was that auto unlock. I know, when you're carrying groceries, especially when we're on the 16th floor, we got to come all the way up here. You've got groceries. I know it's a first world problem, but you don't want to mess with your door lock. And so the fact that this just works flawlessly when we have something, I'm always carrying my tech bag every day, whatever it may be, it's great that this feature actually works. And so I've tried several others. I've tried, locks with keypads. I've tried the UV locks with the fingerprint. They've all got some cool features, but for me, if you've watched our Smart Apartment tour, I'm a very simple guy. We don't have pictures in here. We don't have a lot of different random knickknacks in here. I like simple, and this is about as simple as it gets. And especially if you're an apartment owner, or not owner, renter, this kind of thing is perfect. So, very short review because there's not much to it. It's just good things to say. I really couldn't say a negative thing about it. I know, Teresa, you've been using it. What do you think?
Yeah, I just have to be patient and let it do its thing. But once it does, it's very, very convenient.
And like I said, if you walk out here, we'll just walk out here real quick. You can kind of see our setup. We have a unique situation in the fact that, our elevators are right here. So when we come home, it's just, and phones don't work very well in elevators. So it's not like a normal person coming home. So in that regard, I think it might just be confused sometimes, but it's not nearly as confused as the August was. And for me, it's been flawless. I know Teresa's just had a few delays, but anyway, and you can see here, just completely simple and clean. Just your old hardware. So yeah, let's go back in the other room and we'll wrap it up. All right, so pretty simple review. I guess my three big positive takeaways is number one, the simplistic look of it. It's just very simple, great for apartment dwellers like ourselves, but it really works anywhere, just nice and simple. Number two, I like the auto unlock. It works really well. That August Wi-Fi lock has got one of the best reputations out there, but I'd say this one takes it on that feature. Like I said, we've kind of got a unique situation, but works great. Number three, the ease of install. Again, I was going to include that in the video, but it was so brief that it wasn't even worth the time. And I guess my one negative is just that it kind of doesn't have the same log that the August Wi-Fi lock. I really like to have that list of everybody that's coming and going. It's just a much more detailed log with August. They both work the same in HomeKit, so it's been a great HomeKit lock. Works great with the automations we have set up here. Go back and check out our apartment tour. We did that a few weeks ago, but yeah, that's it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. Again, big shout out to the tech community at YouTube. You guys have been awesome. Thanks for welcoming me. So smash the like button on this video. Subscribe to the channel. We very much enjoy having you here. It's been a great year, and this year's going to get even better. And till the next video, peace and love.